Alright folks, so I'm back again with another video about PCs. So after messing about with this Athlon system that I recently built, or put back together should I say, I found another system on eBay and I went to pick it up, and it will be coming in a future video. But when I picked it up I got a Brucey bonus, which is this beast. It's a Celeron 333 megahertz processor, and I'm not actually sure the make of the motherboard. So it was the motherboard and the processor was thrown in as a Brucey bonus along with the other system. So I have managed to scrounge up 396 megabytes of RAM. Some of them are PC100, some of them are PC133, but they're all working. I do have a pretty big stash of old computer parts, so these have been lying in a box in my loft for the guts of 15 years maybe, and I finally found a use for them. So if you can see here, the processor is actually on a riser which slots into a card slot on the motherboard. So this is the first time I've personally experienced a setup like this. I have seen them before in other people's videos, but I've never had one. It's always been like just a socket on the motherboard. So it's passively cooled, although I do have a little fan temporarily set here because it was getting very warm. You know, touching the heat sinks was alarmingly warm. You could keep your finger up, wouldn't burn you, but yeah, I was thinking that bloody hot. So we just have a wee fan, and that's keeping it nice and cool now. There's hardly any temperature in those fins now. I have a little GeForce 2 Ti AGP graphics card plugged in. This was a hand-me-down from a mate. I've had this for several years, and when I first plugged this in and got it all set up and powered on, there was a bang and a flash, and this capacitor blew. So it's not very easy to see, but it actually popped at the top. But the card is still working, so I'll replace that at a later date. It has a AGP graphics card slot for PCI, and is it ISA you call these slots? 3 ISA slots, which is a bit before my time as well. I didn't get a PC until 1999, so anything before that is really out of my comfort zone. So yeah, the chances of me finding an ISA card to utilise them are pretty slim. So I did want to install Windows 98 on this, but my copy of Windows 98 has accumulated quite a lot of scratches over the years, and the disk drives couldn't read it. I tried 4 different disk drives and none of them could read it, so I decided the only other thing I had was Windows XP. So I thought, why not, I'll stick it on just to get the thing up and running and test it. I have this is a 160 gig IDE hard drive, but I have changed the jumpers on it, so it's only set to 32 gig at the minute because I knew this process was going to be slow. And it is currently installing Windows XP, and I started installing this at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it is now 10 past 12 midnight, and we're at 91% copying files. So yeah, it is still going, but it's super slow. I knew it was going to be slow, but I had no idea it was going to take you know, probably by the time it's finished installing this, I'm wrecked. It'll be at least 12 hours it's taken to install Windows XP on this. But I'm just letting it sit and do its own thing. I'm not sitting watching it, I'm just leaving it. So the board came with a lot of extras here. There's some extra like bracketry for the slots on the motherboard where the processor goes. Came with its original backplate. Came with several IDE cables. More bracketry. It came with the original user's manual, and it even came with its original driver disc, which is pretty mental.
2 hours later.
Well, hallelujah. Yay! Well, shit. Well, I'm not having much luck here. I can't get it to actually boot into Windows XP. It keeps throwing up a blue screen with a frame buffer error. And trying to start it in safe mode, I got this. So, yeah, basically it's not going to run Windows XP, I don't think. So I'm going to have to revisit this at some stage in the future with an earlier version of Windows 95 or maybe even 3.1 or something, because I started installing Windows XP at 2 p.m. yesterday and it finally finished and rebooted at just after 2 a.m. this morning. So it basically took 12 hours to install Windows XP, which is alright. I wasn't sitting watching the whole time. I just come in and checked it every now and again, and yeah, I think Windows XP is a bit beyond this. And another thing, the processor is showing up as unknown in the BIOS. It just says processor and in brackets unknown. So I don't know what's going on there, why it can't detect the processor. And the 4 sticks of RAM, one of them could possibly be causing that frame buffer error. I googled it and it said to run mem test for a bad RAM stick. So I'm pretty much done here. I'm not going to spend any more hours messing about with this. I just wanted to see if we could get it up and running, and it seems to work. I just think Windows XP is beyond it. It does actually meet the minimum specs for Windows XP. I'll put them up on the screen here in a minute. And yeah, it's just not capable, I don't think, of, or not compatible with Windows XP. Alright guys, I'll leave it here. Just a quick video of me messing about with this old board here, and I will probably revisit it in the future once I get some blank media. I can try a few different copies of, or a few different versions of Windows. So I hope that was reasonably entertaining for you, and I'll catch you in the next video.